Hey, what's up guys? And I'm back, and this time it's with the deck profile of my Bujins, or formerly known as War Gods. Um, in my previous video I mentioned about a deck profile, so here it is. These War Gods, they're pretty fun to play with. They pretty much really troll everyone else, so nothing more you could say. Alright, so let's get this deck profile started. Alright, I played three Bujin Migazuchi. Um, pardon me if I mispronounce them. Pronunciation is not my forte. So three Bujin Mikazuchi. Um, it's just another Beast Warrior target for your other War Gods. So there's that. Three Bujin Yamatos. Pretty much the heart and soul of the deck. It's basically the Searcher of your entire deck. I need three of them. Two Bujin Relic Hitsuka. Um, this card helps protect against like Deprison, Compulse, stuff that targets your Beast Warrior. So this deck basically revolves around that. Two Bujin Relic Yatas. Um, it's just another hand trap to help stop attacks. Just in case like some like for example Crimson Blade or something. That's I don't know. Just an example. So it just helps stop it, and plus you get to get some burn damage in. You get to inflict half of that target's attack, so it helps stop attacks, and it's really good. Only downside is it's only a once per turn effect, so that's the only downside to it. Other than that, if it weren't for the fact that it's once per turn, I would probably bump it to 3. So, because it's such a good card to help negate attacks, but what can you do? Alright, I run two of them. Two Bujin Relic Hachis. Just a spell and trap removal if you have a Beast Warrior type. Basically, all the relics, you need a Bujin Beast Warrior type on the field in order to activate them from the grave, so, or activate them from the grave or hand, I should say. So just a spell and trap removal. One bear, one gorilla. I might drop gorilla and then add in another bear, because I don't really need spell and trap removal since I have two hotchis, and gorilla's just kind of taking space. But I like the effect where it needs to destroy opponent's monsters, because for bear you need it to inflict damage, and at times my opponent would be setting cards because they know I have hand traps in here that helps protect. So I'm thinking of dropping this and then adding another bear. So two Bujin relics Murakumo. Um, it's just like most of the time it's a monster removal, but it could get rid of like continuous trap cards, continuous spell cards, even field spell cards. So it's a pretty good card, and most of the time it's to get rid of the monsters that are in your way, pretty much. Three Bujin relics Habikari. Uh, basically the honest for War God cards, and plus it's not a once per turn thing. You could do it for like multiple battles. The only downside is it's not like honest where it gains the attack until the end phase. It's just for that one battle, but it's still a really good card. And of course, you play that honest. It's an all light deck, so might as well. Two maxis, just to help with some consistency issues, because this deck revolves around your Beast Warrior type, so you need to get one of these 6 as fast as possible. So maxi helps with that. Heavy Storm, Dark Hole, War God Advent. Pretty much a Cyber Dragon spell card for this deck. It just allows you to exceed if you don't have anything on the field. It's a really good late game target or late game top deck. Um, yeah, so I only play one because at time you don't really want this in your hand like early in the game. You really only need it like late game, so that's why I only play one. Foolish Burial. Deck revolves around the graveyard. Gotta have Foolish Burial. Monster Reborn, staple. Two Power Dualities, just to help with consistency issues. Two MSTs. Uh, I'm thinking of bumping this down to one since I already have two Hachis. But for now, the two MSTs are working for me. Three is just too much. I don't need that many spell and trap removal since most of the time I'm going to be playing defensively and waiting for him to attack into my monsters so I could use my hand traps, the Habikari, Honest, and Yatas. And one Burial from different dimension. You're This card just helps you recycle your already used monsters. So like it could bring back a Hachi or a Hetsuka or Murakumo. It could just recycle them back into your graveyard, so it'll allow you to reuse them again. So it's a really good card. I like it in this deck. Uh, Three tankies. Like I said, you need your Beast Warriors as fast as possible, so that's why I played the tankies. Two Tensins. Um, I'm thinking of bumping this down to one because most of the time you really have a Habikari and a Yatas to protect your Beast Warrior. So I'm either bumping this down to one or cutting it all together. But it works at times when you don't have a Habikari and a Yatas, and it helps save you. Plus it's a continuous trap which gives you a 300 attack boost, which is pretty nice. Two Tankins, just to protect your monsters from like Dark Hole or anything. If Hetsuka couldn't get there in time, then you have Tankins just protect you. And then that one Solemn Judgment. Alright, for the extra deck, I run one Bujin Emperor Kagetsuchi, I think. Alright. Anyways, it's just a beater pretty much. When it's XYZ summon, you just mill your top 5, and then any Bujin cards you gain 100 more attack. And it's any Bujin cards, which mean it could, if you mill your Rise of the Bujin or War God Advent Rise of the Bujin, if you mill this card, then it'll still gain that 100 attack. One Utopia, two Bujin Emperor Susanos. Usually you would want to go into this. It could attack every monster your opponent controls once, so it could pretty much get rid of your opponent's entire monster lineup. So it's a really good card. Plus the searches. One Shockmaster. One Brotherhood of the Fire Fist tanking. Just helps you get your tanky faster. But usually you don't really need it for the tanky. You really need it for like the monster negation effect. So one Photon Papilloperative. Like I said, opponents are tended to set cards once they know I have all these hand traps. They're tempted to set. So Papilloperative helps me like kind of punish them, you know. So Corn Ship deals with Zen mains and all those nonsense. Starleech Paladynamo. This card is really, really good. Like, usually I would go into this rather than Tiger King, because usually it's only that one monster that's really hurting me with its monster effect, so usually I would go into this. But if there are like multiple monsters with like effects that are hurting me, I would just go into Tiger King. But most of the time it would be Starleech Paladynamo. Basically 2,000 instant damage, and plus you get to draw a card if it's destroyed. Steel Sworn World, Maestro, Lavalval Chain. This card just helps you get your stuff in the graveyard or one of your Beast Warriors into your hand faster. Degusto Emerald, Recycling, but usually you don't really want to recycle. It's just an option for like late game. Abyss Dweller and Gaga Cowboy. So yeah, this is my deck profile. If you guys have any suggestions, leave them in the comment below. And yeah, this is it. I'll catch you guys later.